Are you looking to hide the cauldrons in your lava farm, or just do something fancy? Well, a while back in my Discord, one of the members requested a hidden lava farm. And we can accomplish this by using piston feed tape to push the cauldrons in a circle. So as we collect lava, the cauldrons will rotate and a new one will appear. This also allows us to collect the lava from a single location. And best of all, it is super duper simple and easy to build. The original design that I came up with was a little more complex. Luckily, my Discord admin Anawan came up with a better and simpler solution. So I used some of his ideas to come up with this design for you to build today. The maximum size for this design will be 45 cauldrons, but you don't have to make it that big if you don't want to. The build area for the maximum size version that has 45 cauldrons will be 17 by 17. Now, no matter how many cauldrons you want, we need to make the redstone exactly the same. So start off 3 blocks from the front and 8 blocks from one of these sides, and place a sticky piston facing toward the front. We do want 8 blocks of space to the right of the sticky piston, but the area behind and to the left of it will be determined by the number of cauldrons that you want to have in the farm. But we're going to start off toward the right by skipping 2 blocks from the sticky piston and digging down 1 in a 2x4 area. And then we're going to pop out these corners right here so that we are left with this. Now behind the sticky piston, we want to place a comparator going into a solid block and then dust next to that. Then a repeater facing back toward the front on a 2-tick delay. So poke that repeater 1 time. Then place 2 dust next to that sticky piston. 1 block away from that dust, we want to place a solid block being looked at by a comparator. Then a piece of dust down in this hole with a solid block above that dust. Then a repeater in this hole facing back toward the other dust. A torch on the side of that block. Then skip a block and place a repeater facing away with a comparator diagonally from that, and poke the repeater 1 time so it's set to a 2-tick delay, and then place 4 dust connecting all of this together. So that comparator should be turned off by that repeater. And this is basically all of the redstone complete. Now we need to place the cauldrons. So no matter how many cauldrons you have, we're going to place 1 in front of that sticky piston, and then 6 more going off to the right. So the last cauldron will be above that comparator, and you'll have 7 cauldrons in total. On the left side, we need to place at least 1 cauldron, but for the max size version, we're going to place 5. Either way, we're going to skip the block after this row, and then place 4 to 11 cauldrons going back. So no less than 4 and no more than 11. Then regardless of how many you placed, we're going to skip that corner block as well, and then place cauldrons going all the way across, so that after we skip the final block yet again, this last row will be aligned with the front cauldrons. So that when you're done, you will either have a rectangle or a square of cauldrons that has 3 corners popped out. So the max size version will have 12 cauldrons on the front and 11 cauldrons on the other 3 sides. And the smallest one would have 8 cauldrons on the front, 7 on the back, and 4 on each side. Then on the right side, next to this corner cauldron, we want a regular piston that is facing toward this entire front row. Then on the left side, we want the piston to be facing toward the back, but aiming at the hole that we left in the corner. Then the next one we want facing toward the left, and the 4th one to be facing toward the front, so that these pistons will push the cauldrons in a clockwise motion. Then next to each piston, we want an observer that is looking at a cauldron, and then connect the observer to the piston with a couple of dust. So the observer and the piston will be touching each other and facing the same direction. And then just place 2 dust, 1 behind the observer and 1 behind the piston. And that's all there is to the redstone. Now we just need an on-off switch. So we want to place a lever on this rightmost block that the comparator is pointing into. And when we turn this lever on, the sticky piston should extend one of the cauldrons. And when we turn this lever off, all of the cauldrons should start getting pushed in a clockwise motion. If you want to move the lever somewhere else, all we have to do is place a repeater that is pointed into the block that we just placed that lever on. Then place another solid block behind this repeater and place the lever on this new block, so that the lever will power the repeater, which will then power that block. This will allow us to place another block right here to hide that comparator, so that we can fully hide the redstone while maintaining the lever in a centralized location. But it's up to you. Wherever you want the lever, you can either have that repeater or just have the lever right here. Totally up to you. It will work the same either way. But now we just need to add the lava and the dripstone. So I like using glass, just so we can see the lava and stuff, but you can use any blocks, it doesn't matter. You could use solid blocks, such as cobblestone or dirt, but we just need a ring of blocks, one block above the cauldrons, like so, and then we need to create a canal to place in the lava. So we need to go diagonally up with another row of blocks. And again, this doesn't have to be glass. I just like using glass because, you know, lava provides light and it's super scary, so I use glass so that I can see the lava, so that I don't accidentally break those blocks and have lava pour out. But then above everywhere that there is not a cauldron, you can place another block, if you want to. This isn't required, but it will save you a lava on each of these blocks. But then everywhere that there is a cauldron, we want to place a bucket of lava. We need a lava source above every single cauldron in this entire ring. So just go through and place your lava and make sure that none of the lava is flowing, because you need it to be lava sources above every cauldron. But now we just need a dripstone below each of the blocks that has lava above it. And so each of these dripstone should be aligned with every single cauldron. So every cauldron will have a piece of dripstone, then a block, then a lava source above that. Then after cauldrons have built up some lava, if we turn off the lever, the cauldrons will rotate until the full cauldron is in the front. Then it will get pushed out and the rotating will stop. Then if we pick up this lava in a bucket, it will continue rotating until the next full cauldron. Now, if you harvest all of the lava, be sure to turn this off, because it rotating will affect how fast lava is generated. Plus, moving blocks, especially on servers or realms, causes lag. So always be sure to turn this off, and don't just leave it on. But a full cauldron in the front will turn off the machine for you. So if you don't collect all of the lava in one go, you don't have to flick the lever. It would be fine. But let me know down in the comments if you plan on building this feed tape lava farm. Now, is there really any benefit to this? No. It takes up more area than 45 cauldrons would normally take up, and it doesn't generate lava any faster. It's just kind of fancy, and it hides the farm, which is the main point. Like the person who requested this video originally, their partner hated the way the lava farm looked. They just thought it was super ugly. So their goal was to hide it from view, but where you can still collect the lava, you know, and maintain the functionality. But that's all we got for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, share, and subscribe. Be sure to leave a comment, even if it's just to say hi. Always remember that you are totally awesome, but above all, don't forget to have fun. Bye-bye.